Hey, I know this is not the Owl House video, but it's important because it's on a time crunch. Abomination is having a Kickstarter for its next title, which is in the description. If this is not sponsored, I merely just want to help out the Kickstarter. So go check it out. It's going to be the first link in the description, and at the time of writing the script, it is 95% funded. So give them a look and pledge if you want. I did already. I'm going to be voicing an Abomi myself. So what is the first game, Abomination? It is a Nuzlocke story-based creature collection roguelike game you've been looking for. In the world of Abomination, there is this island called Abomination, where powerful creatures called Abomi live. There are over 175 different types. They used to have grand and epic battles, but since the prior age they have evolved, where they are much more calm and only fight to train or as a last resort, even though there are still some urge for the days of brutal combat. Every 100 years, the vessels of light and dark take up warriors to see which force will take over the island for the next 100 years. The prosperity of this age is given to the light spirit, but it is that time again, and you play as a Abomi, who is chosen by the light spirit to become a warrior and a defender, and to rebuild the light spirit's strength. This game is fairly special when it comes to its characters. In fact, they are semi-random. You will always start with 3 Abomi to choose from, and if not mistaken, they can all evolve. And they each come with a personality based on 3 personality types. These 3 Abomi find the statue of the light spirit, and a newly reborn light spirit as well. Not everyone can be a warrior of light, so this is where you choose your starter, and which one of the 3 random starter Abomis will be your main companion throughout the fight. Once you choose your warrior, a beast comes up, under the possession of the dark spirit, and you must escape through the statue to save yourself, leaving the other 2 Abomi behind. You then begin your journey to help the light spirit regain not only its memory, but its power, gaining the allies as you travel through the island, beating bosses and fighting till the end. Combat in this game is on a basis of a turn-based 5-move system. Technically a 4-move system, but we will get into that. Your Abomi in the front leads the battle, and you choose one from the 4 moves that you have, or a basic attack. That's what I mean by technically. You have 4 moves that take up MP, while you have a simple attack that takes no MP. There are 4 moves that all have a power level and an MP cost. These moves can be switched out for any of the moves you have learned previously outside of battle. But these moves and the Abomi themselves have elemental types. Types are a common thing for this kind of system, and there are 8 in this game: neutral, fire, ice, water, plant, lightning, air, and earth. Each one being stronger or weaker to other types. All attacks come with an element, and if they don't, they're just a neutral type. Abomi who use their attacks that match their type gain an additional damage of that damage type. This same type attack bonus, often referred to as stab moves by the online community, are very important in this game. Keep an eye on them. When the battle starts, your Abomi in the front takes the lead, and the 2 behind of them take the back line. With this, your back line can also take damage from moves that affect the whole team. It is mostly a one-on-one fight, however, most attacks only being single target, and you can only target the Abomi out front. The battle ends when either the enemy Abomi reaches 0 HP, or you run out of Abomi, and I think this is a good place to talk about permadeath. In this game, death is permanent. It can be turned off in the settings at the beginning of the run, don't have an aneurysm. So if one of your Abomis falls to 0 HP, it dies. And you can't use it again, you can't revive it, and a gravestone is placed in the world. This makes the game more difficult, especially in higher difficulties. Difficult doesn't mean bad, however. It means you have to learn how certain types work and what are weak to what, and use that to your advantage. I mean, I died before the first town on my first run, but I was enjoying the dialogue so much I didn't care. I have failed several runs thus far, but I'm still playing it because I like what the game has to offer. One thing about combat is that it is not all mandatory. You choose to take on friendly Abomi for half the XP as the evil Abomi whose dead bodies are possessed by the dark spirit. This gives you a good amount of practice when learning the game, since they are not out to kill you like the possessed ones are. The possessed ones will attack you if you get too close, so be prepared to fight if you get even close, as they will try to take the light spirit from you. This game has a mixed style, a mix of low poly 3D environments and 2D sprites, making a 2.5D experience. These backgrounds are fairly simple, having some complexity, but you can tell a majority of the work in this game went into the creature, sound, and story design, rather than the environmental designs. The environments are semi-random, the maps not being fully the same on each run. The items you get won't be the same, and they won't be in the same place, and maybe the camera will be in a different place. Like, here's my first playthrough camera angle in the first area, and here is my second. Just because the game's environmental design is more simple, it doesn't make it bad. It is actually quite soothing and easy on the eyes. It's smooth and fluid and gives you a mini-map that shows you where items are on the map, as well as where the enemies are. And usually there are 2 to 5 Abomi that are possessed in a map at any given time, if I'm not mistaken. You'll need to replenish your MP and health at some point, and that's where we get to 2 things, campfires and items. Campfires are available in towns, the spaces between the wilds of the Abomi world, where you can shop, do bets with your stats, and buy items. You can rest at the campfire here for free, and it heals your party fully. Items on the other hand can be found in the world or in shops, and are limited by quantity and your currency. You can buy items from the shop, and out in the world you can find them in these bushes or piles. They are implemented into the world in a great way, making you feel like there's just enough to work with, but you'll never have enough. Lastly, on environments, you have a limited number of Abomi that can join your team, finding one almost if not every section or map. Not everyone can be a warrior of light, so you'll need to get a random Abomi who you need to protect and fight to join your team. Music in this game is simple yet clean. The songs are not super complicated, but right now they are a good balance of energetic and calm. Hell, you've been hearing the soundtrack right now in the background because I got it for the use in this video. One thing I want to talk about is the sound effects. I can see many sound effects when it comes to this game are stock based, but that's far from a problem. It honestly made it entertaining as a person who works in sound effects and editing. However, they are used in good and clever ways, and it never feels fully out of place with the game's style. There's also a sound for every Abomi, which can be anything from a normal growl to the sound of an opening soda can, which made me laugh. The sound is very well done in my opinion. There are plenty of tips and tricks in this game, but here are a few. Get items. If you have the money, get health items, you will need them. And same with the ones that cure status effects. They can really screw you up if you're not careful. Your team is random, but try to have a good balance of types on your team if you can. It can really save your butt. Neutral is a good typing, so some people think neutral is just plain, but they are reliable because they deal normal damage to all types and don't have any weaknesses. Held items. You can give your Abomi a singular item to hold, which can be anything from an evolution stone to a lens that makes your close-up attacks deal more damage, or health items that they will use automatically to eat when on low health. Read the text. Don't think it's all filler text. It can hold some important tips for you and can help you grow connections with your Abomis. Do not be afraid to switch out. It can really save your butt and the butt of your Abomis. Overall, this game is fun. It's a really fun roguelike that's also a creature capture game as well technically. Each Abomi has a personality to get you connected with, and designs are not only smart but also fun. The typings are super simple and easy to understand for how weaknesses and resistance work. There's a lot of room for depth for the person to create their own story as they play. Long live Steven and the Burgers, my first team. Overall, this game is solid all around with very few weak points aside from the advanced difficulty later on. Would I recommend this game? Yeah, I would. It's even at full price because I got it on sale. The game is consistently fun and is a roguelike, so you can play it over and over again. I give this game an 8.5 out of 10. Well done. Well, guys, as I said, go check out the Kickstarter, donate, and play the first game. I really think it deserves more attention, and I can't wait for the next game. Remember, the Powerhouse video is coming. I am still editing it. I am just depressed and it takes me a while. I would like to thank my Patreons, Nyx Hunter, Vixenville, and Weebperson. And I would like to thank my thumbnail artist, Bushi, for this wonderful thumbnail. So I'll see you guys then. Love ya.